February's the shortest month of the year, so if you want to save on Firestone's new 404 White-Wall February sale, you'd better hurry. And we really mean save. Not only are all the regular exchange 404 prices reduced way down, but if you buy more than one, you get an extra saving. You can actually save big on a set of 4 white walls. This new wide Firestone white wall is a full 4-ply tire that delivers long mileage and a smooth, vibration-free ride. The regular exchange price of $33.75 on size F7814 goes down to only $25.50 a tire when you buy a set of 4. The more you buy, the more you save. The 404 will give your car the new wide look of the 70s, now on sale at big savings at your Firestone store or participating dealer. Firestone, the mileage specialist.
The FBI goes after hijackers tomorrow night on ABC.
It's perfectly fitting that here in this great bowling state of Wisconsin, the Milwaukee Sentinel bowling editor and secretary of the Bowling Writers of America should present the 2 most coveted trophies of their organization. Here's Hank Sayers. Hank?
Thank you very much, Chris. Each year, the Bowling Writers Association of America names the Bowlers of the Year. This year, it's my privilege to be able to present the trophies to Dorothy Fothergill of North Attleboro, Massachusetts.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody who voted this award to me. I'm deeply honored, and I'd also like to thank my coach.
You have pretty eyes. Did you know that? Congratulations, Hank.
And to the Male Bowler of the Year, everybody knows Miller Drinking Billy Hardwick. Billy.
Thank you, Hank. Thank you. Chris, I tell you, I'm just glad they made their presentation on TV because I think that's the way I'm going to make it this year, the way I've been bowling.
Don't believe that, do you, Hank?
No, I don't believe a word of it.
Congratulations, Daddy, Billy, and Hank, always good to be in Milwaukee, Wawatosa.
My pleasure.
Thanks for being such a great host, all your writers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll return to that final match worth $10,000 to the winner between George Pappas and Bobby Cooper from Houston, Texas, following...
Now, dial at your self-discounts on long-distance calls out of state. Weekend discount rate, as little as 70 cents plus tax coast to coast. 70 cents, all day Saturday and Sunday till 5 p.m.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Join the Muriel Miles crowd. Pick one up and smoke it sometime.
Quite a name in bowling circles today. George Pappas moving from 5th, defeating Johnny Gunther, then Jack D'Andolillo, then disposed of Ed Bourdet, and now in the final match worth $10,000 to the winner, it's Pappas against the tournament leader, Bobby Cooper. Pappas averaging .230, Billy, in those first 3 head-to-head matches, a total of 23 strikes.
All that's supplied by our statistician, Harry Smith. And there you see, as he sets himself, footwork, the knee bend. That's the relaxed stance for George Pappas.
He converted a beauty earlier in our telecast today.
Yes.
And Billy, can he do this one?
Well, Chris, the 6-7-10 is the one he converted earlier. This is the 4-6-10. Now, there you see on the left, the 4 is further up front, or the angle is 180 degrees. He's got to be lucky. Either bounce out.
So count of 9, open frame in the first for Pappas. And here is Bobby Cooper, 25 years old, 5'8", 165 pounds, from Houston. Finished 13 last week in the Ebonite Open.
Chris, the real battle here is we have a new eligible at the Firestone Tournament of Champions. George Pappas, Bobby Cooper, both are ineligible at this point. One of them is going in. That means somebody is going out. I've just been advised by our tournament director and our executive director, Harry Golden, Eddie Elias, that Don Helling has been the man eliminated at the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
Going for a double now. And Bobby Cooper has it in this bowling battle, which will be followed by a boxing battle between Joe Frazier and Jimmy Ellis on ABC's Wide World of Sports. Right now, however, Bobby Cooper, who opened with a double. Here is Pappas, who has won 3 matches at an open frame, now shooting in the second.
Tell you what, Chris, here's one of the great new lions in the sport. You just can't count him out. He's a really strong player. There you're going to see George Pappas. Now, he likes to towel that ball. He frees it of all the dust. When the surface is this dry, he doesn't want to get any extraneous matter there, making the ball hook anymore. We have a little mechanical problem. George is taking his time here. Chris, there you see it. The player has the right to call for what we call the re-rack. There you see the machine cycling. One of the pins may have been slightly off spot. He has the right to call for that.
All set now. Looking for a double, shooting in the third frame. That's it.
There's that great rolling overturn shot. Delays hooks at the last minute.
22-year-old Pappas going against 25-year-old Bobby Cooper, who has been on our TV finals telecast once before, Denver in 1967, and he finished 3rd. Split screen. Watch his reaction.
Laid it a little short, Chris. They got away from the split, but there you saw the ball hook a little bit sooner or bite the lane sooner because he laid it short. There you see he's telling himself, follow through a little bit more. That was the gesture of the hand there.
Now he'll try to cover the 4-7. Fine job. Continues to lead in this final game. There's his wife, Cheryl, who incidentally has a 175 average as a bowler.
Bobby's originally from Dallas. He makes his home in Houston now, but he said to be sure his mother's watching today, and he's trying to win for her.
All right. Keeps doing that. Mom will be happy also. So now George Pappas, if you just joined us, had an open frame in the first, came back with a double, now shooting in the fourth. And if he strikes here, he'll take the lead.
There you see it, -9. He can pick up 10 with a strike here. He'd go in the lead by 1. Here's something I noticed on that particular shot. George reared a little bit more, or he came up too soon, which caused the ball to go slightly inside of his target line. This is an anxiety move and is dictated because he really wants to win, naturally.
And George Pappas covers the 9-pin to mark with a spare in the 4th. He's up on the approach now for the left lane, stroking in the 5th frame. Next week, the Buckeye Open, our telecast originating live and in color from Toledo, Ohio. Airtime 3:30 Eastern.
Good long follow-through again, Chris.
This is the Miller High Life Open Championship, one of the great ones in our tour of 13 cities. And Billy, we have some more coming up, like the Don Carter Classic at Madison Square Garden.
Right, and after the Madison Square Garden Carter Classic, we go down to Miami for the Lincoln Mercury Cougar Open, over to New Orleans, and then, of course, we wind it up with the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
Eight-pin on the right lane for Bobby Cooper, who's a little dissatisfied with the way he's working here on the approaches, Billy.
You're very right, Chris. He laid the ball short in the 3rd frame. That time he made sure that he got the good reach. And in reaching out, as Ed Bourdet did, sometimes you don't get the good fingers. And the ball didn't finish back for him.
You know, as the Bowler of the Year awards were made a little while ago here, I commented about the great state of Wisconsin being a bowling state. Our ABC affiliate, Billy, in Milwaukee, Channel 6, has the #1 news show in the market. What a group of guys who built up this tournament. Carl Zimmerman, Ward Allen, Jack DuBlanc, Tom Hooper, and my old colleague Earl Gillespie. They just did a fabulous job at making folks aware of all the scores and that the action was here.
Well, the press, of course, with this being the heartland of bowling, the bowling writers have done a great job here. And we're honored today to have in our gallery Hank Marino, who is the bowler of the half century. And this, of course, he's originally from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. This is 25-year-old Cooper.
In trouble.
All right.
Chris, the reason he's in trouble, he's varying his release. And here you will see it in slow motion. Now, there he cut it short. The ball's going to hook very sharply to the left. At this point, there you see, the pin are going to go to the right and miss the 8. The ball is hooking so sharply for him because he cut it short.
Chopping the 2, 4, 5 off the 8. Pappas now up by 5, shooting in the 6th. Second double that he has had in this final game, worth $10,000 to the winner.
Chris, where we were very tight, only 5, the double increases it to 15-pin lead for George Pappas, and it almost invariably happens. When a man gets an open frame, the opponent gets a double.
Tremendous competition here. In the past 4 years, the finals in the Miller High Life Open have gone right down to the 10th frame, Billy. Left to 10.
Yeah, great shot too, Chris. And of course, that's the charging shot. He wanted to really take a commanding lead there. And that's the one where you get the solid 10. The 6 goes right around it.
That was a spare for Pappas in the 7th frame. Now, after an open, here's Cooper shooting in the 7th, trailing by 14.
Now, Chris, right here, this man has to get himself together. He's got to stay with a smooth follow-through. Now, he did it. Got the same tough break on the solid 10, but he did have the good, smooth follow-through. And Chris, let's look at this fine young smooth player here. There you see, he's in his stance. Now watch, he's going to put the ball down into motion at the same time he puts his feet into motion. Now right here is what we call the pendulum swing, working from the arm. Now as he goes forward, Chris, this foot is going to come out. The arm swing is going to go back. This is the pendulum swing. Now right here you see the angle is straight back and the pendulum is working from this shoulder. That's the secret. Don't bend this elbow right here and force the swing. Let the weight of the ball come right on down. Keep the knee bent. Chris, I just mentioned keep the knee bent, and there Bobby Cooper didn't do it. He went up and reared at the line, very
Really
stiff-legged. That's a human reaction. It's not a machine. You can't set it to run. And the human is dictated by the pressure of the competition for this much money.
$6-10. For those of you that have just joined us, this is George Pappas, who started from the number 5 position, has defeated Johnny Gunther, Jack Biondolillo, and Bourdais is now in the finals against Bobby Cooper.
Ooh. Chris, here we reach a position. Bobby Cooper just did it. George Pappas has now done it. That is rearing at the line. This is the pressure of the competition dictating this type of thing. This young man must go for one. Maybe you'll use a little speed and try to bounce it out. But this is the 4-6. It's straight across.
Covering the 6. 3-pin lead by George Pappas, and we are coming right down to the wire. Competition afternoon on ABC. On Wide World following the show, it's the Joe Frazier, Jimmy Ellis heavyweight championship bout, along with the 10-rounder George Foreman, Gregorio Peralta of Argentina. 10-round semifinal bout.
Now, Chris, this is the 5th Miller High Life Open. The previous 4 have gone down to the 10th frame. We are headed there again. 3 pins difference. 2 young men, never been here before. It's going to be exciting.
And following an open frame, Pappas has come through again, striking in the 9th. And now Cooper is up with a spare working for him in the 8th. He will shoot in the 9th.
This is the lane that got Bobby Cooper in trouble. For him to win, I would think that he's got to really strike here. Little wide. But he gets a great break.
Leaving the 2-pin on that right lane, there's Cheryl Cooper, Bobby's wife.
Chris, no trouble with this spare. The great break. Sometimes you can leave that 7 with it, and it's a very pesky little split. If it'd been a fraction of an inch wider, he might have left the washout. There you see it. It's now 4. Since he was on a spare and didn't strike, he lost 1 pin in count.
Now the left lane. Shooting in the 10th frame, the final game.
See, he's very happy on the left lane, Chris. And he would really be doubly happy if he could make a double now and could take the lead.
The winner gets $10,000 and the Miller Trophy. The loser, $6,000.
This is the go-ahead ball and would force George Pappas to make a strike. Chris, a lot of gutties in the clutch. Great follow through.
Wasn't it? There's George Pappas, who just has to sit and wait. He won 3 games, and now the tournament leader, Bobby Cooper, come out of the wings. He's put together a double. leading by 6.
Right, and count is important with only 4 pins to play with.
A 199 for Bobby Cooper.
And George Pappas needs this strike if he's going to win the Miller High Life Open. There you see it, down by 5. If he doesn't strike here, Bobby Cooper wins.
In other words, it's a $4,000 stroke.
Great in the clutch. Bobby Cooper had it. George Pappas was equal to it. It's a great tribute to a man that young for that much money. The first time in that situation to throw the ball that well. He really rolled it good.
Let's see it again.
Chris, in slow motion. Now watch at this point. This is a power ball in the clutch. Right there, it just barely cuts the 5 out, and that's because he had a good finger lift on the shot.
There's a lot more, Billy, into just winning the $10,000 in the Miller Trophy today for this young man at 22.
Right, he is now eligible for the Firestone Tournament of Champions, where now $25,000 becomes his aim.
Well, there's a 203 for George Pappas, a 199 for the tournament leader, Bobby Cooper. So from Charlotte, North Carolina, the winner, George Pappas. We'll be back in just a minute to meet the $70,000 Miller High Life Open champion.
You know, some people seem to think that Miller High Life beer is only for special occasions, but it's not. Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, hearty, robust, deep-down good Miller is ready and raring to go. Men are making their move to Miller, simply because Miller makes it right. It's the champagne of beers.
All right, we're back here, Bolero Lanes, and here's the champion. How about a nice round of applause?
I'd like to thank Miller Brewery, Bolero Lanes, and everybody that made this fine tournament possible. Scorekeepers, too. And I'd also like to say that I'm looking forward to bowling in the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Thank you all.
What a lot of poise. 22-year-old George Pappas. Now, the new president of the Miller Brewing Company is an old friend, Bill Kostecki. And he not only has a magnificent trophy, but a sizable check. Bill, you step in, please.
Very good. Thank you, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm happy to present this trophy. It's a gold champagne bucket to the winner, George Pappas. So, congratulations, George.
Thank you very
much.
A
fine job. Also, on behalf of the Miller Brewing Company, I'm pleased to present to you a check to the amount of $10,000, along with our heartiest congratulations.
Thank you very much, Bill. All the folks at Miller are doing a great job again. Our 5th year here, and congratulations to you, George Pappas, who now is the Miller High Life Open champion. Air travel arrangements made through and promotional consideration furnished by TWA, the sportsman's airline. Whether you're a sports spectator or participant, TWA is your kind of airline. We go where the action is. With the finest bowlers in the world, you've seen the 7th event of the 1970 PBA Series, live and in color from Wawatosa, Wisconsin, the $70,000 Miller High Life Open on the Professional Bowlers Tour. This ABC Sports Exclusive was brought to you by Miller High Life Beer. It takes a special hearty goodness to quench a man-sized thirst, and Miller makes it right. And by the Bell system. Dial it yourself discounts are now available on most out-of-state calls. Stay tuned for Wide World of Sports. This has been an ABC Television Network sports presentation.
Marilyn McCoo of the Fifth Dimension makes her acting debut on It Takes a Thief. She and the rest of the group are tricked into an assassination plot by enemy agents in Monday night's thriller. Then, Clark Gable and Doris Day star in the Monday night movie Teacher's Pet, here on ABC.